computer. Okay, I'm going to get started. I want to thank you for coming to the Lifestyle Changers Financial Freedom presentation. For those of you who do not know me, I am Angela Williams. I spent 13 years climbing the corporate ladder in the accounting field as a senior financial analyst. And when the stock market crashed and the economy went downhill, I was laid off. And this was back in 2008. So as a result, I ended up creating my own job and I became an entrepreneur. And I opened up my boutique in Waukegan, Illinois called Glamour and Gifts Boutique. I also launched my own cosmetic line called NJ Cosmetics. And I'm also the owner of Virtual CEO, which is an internet marketing and branding company. Now, I am excited to say that I am 100% unemployable. And I am also debt-free. Now, the reason why we have created this sense of urgency about building financial legacies is I really want to promote the idea of entrepreneurship and increasing the number of business owners in our community. And here's why. If you look at white-owned businesses, they create about 55.9 million jobs. So they're able to employ 44% of the white population. Now, when you compare that to Black-owned businesses, we are creating 1 million jobs and we're able to employ 4% of the Black population. So as you can see, we are the #1 spenders in America. We spend about $1.1 trillion. So what we want to do is we want to have a mental shift and we want you to convert some of those spending dollars and shop with Black-owned businesses so that we can expand and we can create new businesses so that we can bring down our own unemployment rate. Right now, our unemployment rate is about 15.8%. So we do have the power. We are the change that we are looking for. And the more Black-owned businesses that we have, we'll be able to build more generational wealth in our community, affect the educational system, the community, and as well have some type of effect on politics because we know that money runs politics. Now, in order for you to get, Melinda, no. In order for you to get more entrepreneurs, you have to have a wealth strategy. And this is something that we are going to teach you. You're going to be able to increase your cash flow. We're going to teach you how to build an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months. We're going to teach you how to eliminate your debt. We're going to teach you how to save for retirement. And we're also going to teach you how to properly protect you and your family, making sure that you have adequate life insurance. Now, there is a reason why financial literacy is in high demand right now, okay? 50% of all Americans is one crisis away from being homeless. So if you were to lose your job tomorrow and you wasn't able to find a job in 3 months, 6 months, or a year, how long would it take before you can't keep a roof over your head? How long would it take before they come in and get your car? The reality is most people don't have $1,000 in their savings account. Some don't have $600 in their savings account right now. 67% of African Americans have no emergency savings at all. So we want you to start thinking, because if you lose your job or you lose your spouse or you get sick, how are you going to be able to make ends meet? Now let's look at average wealth. The average wealth for white America is $141,000. Yet the average wealth for African Americans is only $11,000. So that means that we're not even owning homes. We're not owning homes and we're not building businesses. Look at that average income. White America's average income is $53,000. Yes, the average income of Black America is $35,000. So we're the #1 spenders, but we have the least amount of income. So obviously we could tell there's a problem there. If you look at the average income for Asians, it's $74,000. And we are creating their wealth because we spend $9 billion a year on getting our hair and buying beauty products and getting our nails done. So we need to shift some of that buying power, and we need to have more Black-owned beauty supply stores and more Black nail salons. 66% of all African American homes are headed by single moms. So I'm going back to say, if you are a single mom, you're relying on one source of income. So if something happens to you, how are you going to be able to make sure that you can provide for you and your family? So we have mortgage insurance, we have car insurance, we have life insurance, we have medical insurance in case something happens, but nobody thinks to have income insurance. So the best time to think about starting a business is when you have a job, everything is good, because you can build it part-time on the side, and you're not under any stress, versus waiting to when something bad happened and you're doing different things trying to generate money, and sometimes it's not happening as fast as you want it to be. So we're really talking about building a plan B. But there's another reason why you really need to be thinking about your financial situation. Your 401k balance. So what I have right here is where you need to be and how much money you need to have in your 401k. If you do not have a 401k, this is how much money you need to have in your savings or your investment account based on your age. So if you are 30 years old, you should have $64,000 saved right now. If you are 40 years old, you should have $162,000 saved right now. If you are 45, $231,000. If you are 50, you need to have $319,000. And if you are 65, you should have no less than $750,000 right now. So I want you to find your age, and I want you to think about the balance in your 401k and ask yourself, are you on track? And if you're not on track, you're going to need to do something different, because what you've been doing is obviously not working, because it's not putting you in a situation where you can retire with dignity. The reality is, eventually, we're not going to be able to work anymore. Once you get 65, if you don't quit on your own, they're going to probably push you up out of there. So the average Social Security check is about $1,300. So if you can't live off of $1,300 now, how are you going to live off of $1,300 when you're 65 years old? So I want everybody to think about that, because I am meeting people who are 50 years old and they have less than $30,000 in their 401k. So I'm giving everybody their wake-up call, and I'm going into every community, because this is serious and it's going to matter. So if your 401k is not where you want it to be, we're going to change that tonight. So there are a number of reasons why people are living paycheck to paycheck. Number one, the tax laws. The tax laws is not in your favor if you are working a job. So a third of your income is taken away by taxes. So if you work a 9 to 5, you are taxed between 28% and 33%. If you are a 1099, if you own a storefront like myself, or if you have a home-based business like myself, you're considered self-employed. We're taxed at 18% to 23%. So you can see right there, just by having a business tied to your income, you're going to save in taxes. Now, if you are an investor, which is the best place to be, you're only taxed at 15%. Now, if the new tax law is passed based on the current administration that's in the White House right now, they're going to be taking away all the personal deductions for the people who are just working a job. The only deduction you're going to be able to write off is your mortgage interest and your charitable contributions. That is it. There is a lot of deductions that they are revving up for people who have a home-based business, small business, or corporation. Now, another third of your income, so you got a third coming out from taxes. You don't even see that when you get your check. Then when you get your check, another third coming out because you got to pay debt. So you got to pay your rent, your mortgage, your car notes, student loans, your credit cards. So you did all that. And now another third is going to continue to go back out the door to big business, because they are advertising to you every single month. Every month, there is some reason why you need to spend money. It's somebody's birthday, somebody getting married, there's baby showers, there's New Year's, Valentine's Day, 4th of July, back to school. Thanksgiving, Christmas, you name it, it is always something going on where you got to spend money. So what ends up happening is you don't have money to save because you don't have anything left. So you have to increase your cash flow. So the one thing that I want to talk about is the tax advantages of having a home-based business. And this is something that you are going to be taught if you become a part of this business opportunity. So things that you normally couldn't write off on your taxes, like your lifestyle, you can when you have a home-based business. So you can write off 100% of the cost of starting a business. You get to write off a percentage of your rent or your mortgage payments. You can write off a percentage of your utilities, your gas, your electric, your water. You can write off a percentage of your cell phone bill. You can write off a percentage of your car note, the gas that you put in your car. You can write off a percentage of your travel. You can write off a percentage of your meals. I mean, you're even reimbursed 53.5 cents for every mile that you drive. You can literally make your lifestyle tax deductible. So what's going to happen is at the end of the year, you're going to fill out a Schedule C. And that Schedule C is going to be attached to your 1040. So you're going to get all these business deductions. And what's going to happen is that's going to increase your federal refund check. So how can you make your lifestyle tax deductible? See, when you come into myEcon, your title is marketing director. So the only thing we need you to do is to learn how to advertise and learn how to market. Okay. So the only thing you need is some business cards in your purse. Now you can see my business card. I'm in the upper left hand right there. But anytime I'm out and about, if I'm in Red Lobster, when the waiter comes up to my table, I'm going to give him my business card. And now that meal is a business expense. I'm going to take a picture of that receipt. I'm going to store it into my software, and I'm going to write it off at the end of the year. If I go to a Bulls game, which I won't be going to no more this year because we already know what's happening with the Bulls. But if I was to go, I'm going to give my business card to somebody in that stadium. There's hundreds of people sitting there. I only need to give it to one. And I'm going to write that off as entertainment for business. If I'm going to Miami, if I'm going to Jamaica, no matter where I go and I travel, I'm going to give my business card to somebody while I'm there. And I'm going to be able to write off that flight, that hotel, that rental car, and I'm going to be able to make it a business expense. Your entire life should be tax deductible. And the only thing you have to do is advertise and market. So you can hand out your business card, or we can teach you how to promote on social media. And then I can give you advanced training as well because I am an internet marketer. Now, in order to get the tax advantages, you have to be a part of a business. So the business that we're introducing to you is a company called myEcon. It is a 12-year-old debt-free, technology-driven financial literacy education company. We are based out of Atlanta, Georgia. There are about, I want to say about 52,000 of us across the country, which is still small, because I guarantee you if you were to walk up to somebody and say, have you heard myEcon? They'll probably tell you no. So less than half of 1% of people even know who we are. But our founder is Ivy Stokes, and the strategies that he have taught us has allowed us to cash flow over $400 million. So when you partner with us, here's what you're going to get, because this is an education company. There are a lot of amazing companies out there that can teach you how to get money. So you're either selling weight loss, or you're selling teas, or you're selling travel, or you're selling legal services. We sell education, and our product is money. So when somebody asks you what you sell money. And to me, that's the easiest business that you could ever be in, okay? So personal financial success, what is the education you're going to get? We're going to teach you how to minimize your taxes. So we're going to teach you the tax laws. And we're going to go through every deduction based on the IRS publications so that you are educated on the tax laws. We're going to teach you how to budget your money, how to look for areas where you are overspending so that you can minimize your spending and have a little bit more cash flow. We're going to teach you how to pay off your debt the fastest. We're going to teach you how to restore your credit. And we're going to teach you the language of investing. There's a lot of people who don't know what CDs and bonds and mutual funds and IRAs and how to invest in the stock market. So we're going to raise your financial IQ, and we also going to show you how to build residual income. So the very first concept that you will learn when you partner with us is a secret. We call it income shifting. And it's not really a secret. This is something that's been going on forever. It's just that nobody ever probably taught you. And what we're doing is we're going to show you how to reduce the amount of taxes that come out your paycheck by 50%. Now, how are we going to do that? We're going to be able to use the tax laws. See, when you have a business on your W-4, there's 2 pages to the W-4. Most of you only know about the first page where they ask you how many kids you got. But on the second page, they ask you about deductions that you are going to have when you file your taxes next year. Those deductions is the same business deductions that I just talked about: your rent, your utilities, your cell phone, your car note, all those things. Well, what you can do is those deductions equate to more allowances. So maybe you only been claiming 3 on your W-4 or 2 on your W-4. Well, because now you have a home-based business and you're going to have business expenses, you're going to be able to raise that number. And we have a formula and a step-by-step process to show you how to do this legally, okay? So what's going to happen is when you adjust your W-4, they're going to take less taxes out your paycheck. So if they're taking $300 out of each check, they'll probably only be taking about $150 after you income shift. So that's going to leave you extra income so that you can make a difference in your life. So here's the reality. I have people who are income shifting an extra $180 a month. I got some who are income shifting $400 a month, some $600. All right, Melinda, I see you. Some of them $1,200 a month. But here's the wonderful thing, because we all have filed our taxes already. But what I have found is that everyone who was in myEcon with me, they were able to keep 95% of their take-home pay, 95%. And they still got $2,000, $4,000, $10,000, $13,000 federal refund checks. I'm telling you, because a lot of people will say, well, if I adjust my W-4, then that means I'm not going to get more money back at the end of the year. Wrong. Because now you have a home-based business and all those expenses that you never report on your 1040, now you get to report them. So now you're going to have the beauty of keeping more of your money and also get a nice federal refund check. Now, for some people, it doubled their federal refund check. I had a lot of people who actually owed the IRS, was able to take that money from their federal from having a home-based business and those deductions, and they were able to pay off the IRS. So that's what's amazing. So when you get an extra money in your paycheck, in this example, this is a gentleman who income shifted and he got an extra $300 in each paycheck. He was paid twice a month. So he took his extra $600, and we want to show you what could happen if you're disciplined and take that money, that extra money that you get in your paycheck, and invest it. So if you was to get $600 a month, that's $7,200 extra cash in your hand. If you were to take that and put that into the stock market, in 15 years, you would have accumulated $208,000. If you left it for 30 years, you would have $895,000. So before, when I was talking about your 401k balance, if you are not on track and you're not where you want to be, we are showing you how to use your own money with this one little investment wealth strategy and use that money to fill in the gaps of your 401k. Now, you also can use that extra money in your paycheck and you can get out of debt. So in this one example, we had an individual who had a car. He owed $17,000 balance on the car. He was paying $545 a month for his car note. Well, what we told him to do is take the $600 that he's getting from his paycheck, add it to the $545 car note, which means now he's paying over $1,000 a month on his car note, and he was able to pay that car note off in 15 months, which is a little over a year, instead of 32 months. It makes a difference. So now that he had paid off his car note, he got the $545 that he was spending on the car note, plus the $600 from income shifting his paycheck. Now he got $1,145 available to attack the next debt. So the next debt is he had a Visa card. It had an $8,000 balance and he ran it on up. He making $200 a month payments. Well, now he gonna pay $1,345 a month on that Visa card. And so instead of it taking him 78 months to actually pay off that Visa, he had paid it off in 6 months. And the same with the mortgage. And we just call this debt stacking, and we're going to show you how to do this. Now, at the end of all of this, he was able to pay off $225,000 in debt. And now that he is debt free, he is cash flowing $2,545 a month. So if you had an extra $2,500, do you know what your investment account could look like? Do you know how many stocks you could buy? I see women all the time buying $300 Michael Kors purses. Do you know that Michael Kors stock is $49? You could have 6 shares of Michael Kors instead of a purse. Pay attention to Walmart. Walmart stock is about $79 a share. How many of you are going to Walmart a couple of times a week? Are you investing where you spend your money? This is how you do it. You should own stocks where you spend your money. Now that you're in this business and we're going to teach you about income shifting, what we have is a tool for you, and it's a software. That software is called the Cash Flow Manager. And what the Cash Flow Manager is going to do is it's going to track all those expenses that I just talked about, and it's going to track your income, and it's going to track your mileage. Now, this cash flows, as you can see, this is the mobile app. You can use this software from your computer, or you can pull it up on your phone, and you're going to be able to enter any new income, enter new expenses, and log your mileage. But what you're also going to be able to do is take a picture of your receipt, upload it to the software, and it's going to store it in a cloud. So you don't have to worry about carrying and storing receipts. It's now in a cloud. It's amazing. Now, here's what it looks like when you're entering your information into the Cash Flow Manager. This Cash Flow Manager is set up to be IRS audit compliant. Okay, so when the IRS asks you questions about your expenses, this is what they want to know: the date, the amount, where did you go, what was it for, where was you at. So as you can see, this particular person, let's say they wrote in a debt July 13th. They paid $35. They was at Red Lobster. They had a team meeting and they was in Chicago. Then you're going to take a picture of your Red Lobster receipt and you're going to store it. And then at the bottom, it asks you, how many miles did you drive? So if you got Google Maps, you're going to put in your address, you're going to put in Red Lobster. Now you know how many miles that you drove because you want to be reimbursed, okay? This is what you want to do so that you are audit proof. It's not so much of what you're doing, it's making sure that everything that you're writing off, you actually have a record for it. And the reason why I'm saying this piece is so important. Your bookkeeping is so important, especially from a business perspective. I have had people who have came to me who have adjusted their W-4. They ain't even had no business, but they adjusted their W-4 and they will claim 6 or 10 for 6 months and then switch it back to 0 or 1. Here's what you need to understand. If you ain't got no kids and you ain't got no business, you ain't got no business claiming 10 or 6, okay? So what's going to end up happening is if you're ever audited, they're going to go back and ask you, how did you come up with that number? If you cannot justify that number with receipts, you are going to have to pay it back. I know people who have wrote exempt on their W-4 and they're like, I ain't paying no taxes. But don't get audited. I have somebody that came to me a couple of months ago And she was claiming 10, and she did it for 8 straight years. Never thought in a million years that they was going to pick her name, but the IRS picked her name. And they said, wait a minute, you ain't got no kids, you ain't got no business, you ain't got no nothing, but you ain't claimed 10 for the past 8 years. Guess what? They are taking $300 out of each paycheck, $600 a month to pay them back, and they're keeping her tax check every year. So it ain't worth it. So we're teaching you how to legally do it and give you a legal tax shelter. So, you know, sometimes people try to call stuff a scam. A scam is when you're doing that. That's a scam, okay? So this is something that is legal, and we're showing you how to do it. All you have to do is keep really good records. And if you got any children and they're teenagers or middle school, guess what? You can hire them to do it for you and let them put your receipts into this cash flow manager. And guess what? You can pay your kids. You can pay your kids up to $6,000 and write it off on your taxes. I'm just telling you. I'm putting you up on it now. Now, at the end of the year, you're going to be able to press one button, and it's going to give you an annual report of everything you spent money on, all the income that you made in your business, and you're going to be able to take that sheet and just give it to your tax preparer, and they're going to be able to fill out your Schedule C. If the IRS ever asks for you to justify your business expenses, you can give them this report, and this report is going to show your receipts. Bam! Trying to tell you. So, what else is in this software? Well, in this software is also a retirement planning software. So, if you can tell this software that I want to retire in 2039. I don't know about you, but I ain't working that long. I'm not waiting no 2039, no nothing. But whatever your freedom number is, you can put in how much money you want to have coming in every month when you retire. And it's going to ask you, how much do you plan on getting from Social Security? And you're going to know what it is because they give you a letter. They're going to ask you how much you're supposed to be getting back in a pension, how much in your 401k. And then they're going to calculate exactly how much money you're going to have on your freedom date and how much you need to supplement your income to get to that goal. So this particular person, they trying to live it up because they said they want to make $8,000 a month. They living good. They traveling the world. They doing it. Okay. So they making $8,000 a month. So what the system is telling them is if you were to invest your cash flow money at an 8% interest rate, whether you're doing a mutual fund or you're doing stocks or what have you, by the time 2039 come around, you will have over $1 million. Okay. But he needs to supplement this by $952. So where you get $952 extra dollars from? Well, some of that is coming from your paycheck because we're going to teach you how to income shift. So you might be getting $300 or $400 right from your paycheck. The rest is if you actually promote and build this business, you can get some extra business income and use that to supplement your retirement. Okay. Also, we're going to give you financial calculators that is going to be available to you. That way, if you're going to buy anything and you need to know what your interest, you know what the interest rate is, you're going to need to know how much that's going to cost you later. Okay. Now, what we also want to make sure is not only do we want you to know the tax laws, we also want you to have perfect credit. So what we do is in this business, we're going to take you step by step how to fix your credit. So you're going to get credit repair education. There are 10 modules that you're going to go through, and it's going to show you how to remove any errors, anything that's inaccurate, anything that is obsolete on your credit report, from collections, repossessions, foreclosure, identity theft, medical bills, student loans, public records, as well as judgments. To me, this is worth the weight in gold, okay? Because we all want to be able to earn 0% APR. And the best way to do that, your credit score needs to be over 750. Okay. Now, another benefit of being a part of this business is you're going to get identity theft protection that is going to be backed by $1 million policy. So if anybody was to steal your credit, use your credit, steal your credit card and make purchases online, instead of just going through the bank, you're going to be able to be reimbursed through the insurance policy. This membership also comes with an attorney. So if you need an attorney, if you feel like you got an illegal ticket, or if you about to close on a house and you want somebody to look over the contracts, you're going to have an attorney. We also have our own cashback malls where we can shop at Macy's, Walmart, Foot Locker, you name it, and we get to shop with no taxes and free shipping. So if you do go to Walmart and you are buying your if you're buying a let's say you buy your cleaning products and your toilet tissue and your paper towels and things like that, you can buy all of that from Walmart online. You're not going to pay any taxes. You can go to Walmart and go straight up to the customer service desk and pick your order up, or they can mail it to your house and you don't pay no shipping. So this is a finance company. So we know you're going to shop, but we want to make sure that you're saving on your life so that you are not paying taxes and you ain't paying shipping. We also got discounted travel. So if you're going somewhere, you're going to book your travel through your own business. So you continue to save money. Now, there are many people who join the myEcon opportunity just for the strategies alone. You want to just do the income shifting in your paycheck. You want to fix your credit. You want to take advantages of the perks that we have. You just want the wealth strategies that we're going to teach you. And maybe you just want the tax shelter of having a business. Maybe you want to quietly build wealth at home and you want to be that millionaire next door. If you notice, I ain't said nothing about selling or recruiting, have I? I ain't said nothing. So if that's not your thing and you just want the strategies, you can stop right here. You can stop right here. You'll have the extra money coming in your paycheck every single day. All you have to do is get up and go to work. Okay? So that's the business for those people who are just interested in wealth building and quietly getting their financial house in order. Now, I know that there are some people that, like myself, I want all the money on the table because I'm trying to retire in the next 3 to 5 years, you guys. I ain't going to be there no 2030, I'm telling you. So I need to get everything that myEcon has to offer. So for those people who are interested in actually selling product, we do have sales revenue that you can earn in this business. In addition to all the wealth strategy and the credit repair and all that, you're going to get a website. And on that website is products that other people can buy from you. So identity theft protection, they can get it from you. If you know anybody who's in Mary Kay, Avon, Prepaid Legal, Arbonne, TLC, and they're using the old-fashioned paper and pen way to keep up with their expenses, you can sell them the cash flow manager software. Okay? Now, let's say you got friends who like to travel. Well, if they go on the Priceline to book their travel, why not book it through you? Because now you are an affiliate of Priceline. So they can go to your website and they can book their travel and you get paid a commission on every hotel, every airfare, everything. Okay? So now you got your own little travel business and you ain't even have to join no travel company. I'm just saying. So if you like health and wellness products, we got coffees, we got teas, we got weight loss coffees. We got a lot of amazing products that you can promote to other people. Also, credit repair. You all may know somebody that want to fix their credit, but they may not necessarily want to be in a business. Well, you can actually sell our step-by-step credit repair training that is going to give them videos and tutorials. I mean, step-by-step, how to get your credit report. We give you the letters, the dispute letters. A lot of people, they go online and they try to dispute with the credit bureaus online. Never do that, because when you do that, you take away some of your rights. So if you dispute online and then they come back and say, nah, we can prove that that's your credit, guess what? You can't take them to court and dispute it. But if you do it with the letters, you can. So we're going to teach you how to do it the right way. Well, people can pay you $99 for credit repair training, and you're going to earn a commission from doing it. So now you can start your own credit repair business. I'm just saying, okay? We also sell credit monitoring. So there's a lot of people, they have paid $500 to have somebody fix their credit, and their credit probably still jacked up. But I'm just saying, we have credit monitoring so that you can pull your credit reports constantly. It'll notify you if somebody steals your social security number and go and get some credit in your name. Trust me, it happens. So the credit monitoring is going to be available that you can sell to others. Okay. Now, one of the products, our health and wellness products that I am over the top excited about. And again, I'm talking to those people who really want a retail product like myself. I know Melinda, me and Melinda, we came from our Mary Kay days. So we're used to selling product, okay? So to me, this product is better than anything in the world because it's health and wellness. And what they did is they took every product that is over the counter and they have turned it into a spray. So you ain't got to swallow nothing. You ain't got to take no pills. You ain't got to take no powders. You just spray it on your tongue and it goes directly to your bloodstream. So we got products for every element you can think about. So if you getting aches and pains and headaches, we got a pain reliever. If you are a woman and let's say it's just the time of the month, you're having really bad menstrual cramps, you're having a heavy cycle, we have something for that. If you're somebody like myself and you over 40 and you starting to realize that you sweat for no apparent reason, you go to sleep and you wake up and your pillows are just wet because you're sweating, hey, we have something for the hot flashes as well. Okay, we have a product for people who got allergies, people who have colds. We got something for people who want a multivitamin. We have something for people who want to grow their hair and their nails. We have something that is going to boost your immune system. We also have a product for people who want to detox their body. We also have a product for men who maybe want to rejuvenate themselves, or maybe they're experiencing a low libido. We have a product that you're going to spray on your tongues and you ready? You're absolutely ready. And we got that for women too. So we got something for everybody. Okay. So just by selling these sprays, I'm telling you, if you put these sprays in front of people, you're not going to have a hard time actually promoting them. All the sprays are 100% natural. They are organic. They are FDA regulated. You can sell these sprays face to face. You can sell them through your website. You can sell them on eBay. You can sell them on Amazon. You can sell them in storefronts. So we don't have any advertising restrictions. So you can make some really good money selling Sprayology, from an extra $400 to an extra $2,400 a month, just building a customer base on Sprayology. Now, for my people who want it all, okay, your business builders. Now, with business builders, these are people who want to build an organization because you want leverage. Also, you want to build residual income. And residual income is money that comes to you month after month, year after year, even when you don't get out of bed. I don't know about you, but that is what I want, because I want to be on the beaches. I want to be in Jamaica. I want to be on Bahamas. I don't want to be able to worry about selling nothing. I don't want to have to worry about me being anywhere at any time, but I still want to make money. And that's where you want to be. So when you build an organization in myEcon, and I'm going to tell you how easy it is to build an organization. See, most businesses, they got to find somebody who want to buy something. So if you're selling makeup, you got to find somebody who want to wear makeup. You got to find somebody who want to lose weight. You got to find somebody who like to travel. The beauty of myEcon, guess who you got to find? Somebody with a paycheck. It is so much easier to find somebody that got a job than to find somebody that want to travel and lose weight. I'm just saying, okay? So when you do that and you build a team, you are going to be paid what I call some upfront residual. So there are some benefits. As you build a team, you move up the ranks to our EVPs. And our EVPs are just people who brought in 2 people, okay? Now, when you're at that level, you qualify for 100% commissions on everything you sell through your website. You also can qualify to up to 85% commissions on whatever your team sells. Man, I'm trying to tell you. Now, what you also can earn is every time people pay their $34.95, you are going to be paid 100% commissions. So when somebody comes into this business and they pay $35, next week you're paid $35. Really quite simple. Whoever they bring into this business, you're going to get paid $25. It's real simple. Then there are residuals that is tied to the $34.95 membership. So you can make between $5 to $10 every month, every time those memberships close. To me, I don't know, this has been the easiest business that I have ever made. It's simple. We don't have to be super sellers. We ain't even got to be super recruiters. We can tell 2 to 3 people about this business. And it's safe to say, if you know 3 people with a job, don't you think they know 3 people with a job? And so over time, you're going to be able to build your team. So let's talk about these residuals and these 100% commissions. Now, it might not seem like a lot at first, but as you continue to build your team, it can pay you real, real good. So let's say that you had 10 business partners, okay? So if you had 10 people coming to this business this week, let's say tonight, you had 10 people come in tonight. Friday, you're going to get a check for $350, okay? And then you're going to be paid $10 every single month. That ain't nothing. So let's say those 10 people, they probably know 10 people with a job. So they go and get people. So now let's say you got 100 people on your team. You're going to make $2,500 cash up front. And then you're going to make $300 a month in residuals. Now, $300 a month don't seem like a lot, but $300 can pay on a car note. It could put some food in the refrigerator. Now, let's say you got 500 people. You're going to make $12,500 up front just from bonuses. And then you're going to be getting $2,500 every single month. Now, $2,500 may not seem like a lot, but that could pay your mortgage. You could take it and put it into your 401k. You really can, okay? Let's say you got 1,000 people. You're going to make $25,000 cash up front, and you're going to be bringing in $8,000 a month, every single month. I call this beach money. Residual income, I call it beach money, because you can sit on the beach for 30 days, and as long as your organization is in place and those memberships run, you're going to keep getting that check month after month. That's where everybody want to be. At some point, you don't want all your income to come from you, okay? And as you can see, of course, as you build it super big, when you get 10,000 people in your organization, you have made $250,000 in bonuses, and you making $80,000 a month. And for some people, $80,000 a month is something they can't even grasp. But here's what I tell you: when you change your circle and you surround yourself by people who got way more than you, it will change your perception of what is possible for you. Because I want you to have it all. You can have everything in this world that you desire. You just got to work for it. Okay, now I'm going to tell you why building residual income through myEcon is so simple and why everybody want to do it. Right now, if you wanted to have $300 a month coming into your house every single month, you would have to have $90,000 cash in the bank, and they're going to cut you a bank interest check for $300. If you want $600 coming in every single month, you need to have $180,000 cash in your bank account. Now let's go down a little bit. Maybe I want $6,000 a month. Well, I need to have $1.9 million in the bank. So the question is, how am I finna save $1.9 million to put in the bank in the first place, to leave it there and not touch it in order to get $6,000 a month? But that's what you need to do. Now, if you build you a team in myEcon and you get your residuals, I want to know what is easier for you to do. Okay, John Paul Getty was one of the first millionaires in America, and he said that he would rather have 1% effort of 100 people than 100% of his own. There's only 24 hours in a day. You only going to be able to do so much, but you need to learn how to build leverage and use other people's time and effort in order for you to make additional money. Warren Buffett said you have to learn how to make money in your sleep, or you're going to be working for somebody forever. This is building a team is no different than your job. Your job hired you so that he can use your time and your experience, your expertise, so he can sell his product and his service. And he giving you a little bit of money, not as much as he making, but just enough to get you to come back to work tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to build leverage. So if I want $300 a month, I have a choice. I could put $90,000 in the bank, or I could sponsor 100 people. Not 100 people super fast, but a couple of people here and there, and they share it with a couple of people, and over time I have 100 people. Let's say that I want $1,500 a month. I can either put $450,000 in the bank, or I can grow my team one person at a time and get 243 and still get $1,500 a month. So let's say I want $6,000 a month. Well, I could put $1.9 million in the bank, or I can grow my team over time and have 750 people in my organization and still get the same amount of money. I call this principal-less interest. When you make money every month and you didn't have to put money in to get it. Now that's working smart and not working hard. So the question I have for you is, what is easier? Put up the money or build a team over time? Now my upline, Cedric Williams, he has 2,000 people in his organization. It took him a year to do it, but he's earning about $20,000 a month, and he's 30 years old. So it's possible. Now, it's not something that you're going to do super fast, but there are some people who can do it over time. You don't have to rush yourself. You pace yourself. It takes time to build residuals, okay? So now, once you start getting all that juicy money, because I know, have you all heard of Robert Kiyosaki? And he always talk about the cash flow quadrant. And he talk about how people start off as employees. And there's nothing wrong with being an employee. Get your money, get your experience, get everything you can get from them. Just don't make that all. Don't make that all you do, okay? Because you need to have more than one source of income. But then when you join myEcon, now you are graduated and you a business owner. So you getting those tax advantages, okay? Now, when you share this opportunity with other people, you move up to big business category, because now you building leverage just like your job. And once you start earning those residuals every month, now you in the investor category, and all your money from myEcon can be taxed at 15%. So you can take that extra money, you can invest in the stock market, buy you some bonds. Maybe you want to get into real estate. Maybe you want investment properties where people paying you to live in your place. That's where you want to be. Or maybe you want to take some of this money because you got a dream business. Maybe there's a passion that you have in you. You know, maybe there's a calling in you. I believe that God give everybody a gift. And you will know what that gift is because people will tell you you're good at it. And you take that business and you launch it. This is a way for you to launch your business, because we want thousands of businesses in our community so that we can make a difference. Now, this next slide, I always say documentation beats conversation every single day. So these are real people with real results who are earning those monthly residual checks. Now, that's our upline up there in the left-hand corner, Mr. Cedric GMT Williams from Memphis. Boy, he crazy, but I'm telling you, he's 30 years old, and he's built a significant business. Like I said, he's only been in the company for a little over 2 years now. Got over 2,000 people in his organization. And if you don't learn anything else, you learn that you can have whatever you want if you want to work hard for it. So we got $8,000 checks, $2,000 checks. There's so many people that's making money. Now, what you'll also find in myEcon is that 80% of the people that's in myEcon, they're only income shifting. So they're just getting the extra money in their paycheck, and they're doing the wealth strategies, and they keeping it to themselves. They ain't telling nobody. They ain't recruiting. They ain't selling. But guess what? They millionaires. So it can happen. See, the beauty of this business is we're actually a business where selling and recruiting ain't even necessary. But for those people who want it all, and they want it now, and they want it fast, then we have retail revenue that you can earn, and we have great residuals that you can earn if you want all the money on the table. I threw these checks out here because we get paid every Friday. You see me, I'm right there. I'm looking absolutely fabulous. $700, you see it, getting paid every single week. Can you imagine getting a check between every paycheck? I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome. You know, most people, they got 7 different things that they got to pay for, but you only got one source of income. So you want multiple streams so that all your income ain't tied to paying all these bills. Now you can pay yourself first. In the upper right-hand corner, you probably can't really see it, but on this particular check, said check was $4,000 for that week. And the week before, we had a conference, and, you know, he had spent money on the conference. And basically what he was saying is that he spent his money and then he got it right back the next week. Check in between checks. So we get paid every Friday, direct deposit to your bank account. And of course, when you join us, you join in a whole family. We so awesome. We support each other. We train each other. This is really a family. Just this past March, we was in Atlanta for a team conference. And in the upper right-hand corner, you can see where, you know, the women who's really doing the most. You see me in there. I got my crown on and I got my sash and everything. We won trophies and all that stuff. So I just love it. This is a family. We all getting money together. We all supporting each other. If you ever just want to be around some people who are just excited about life and they want to support you and they want to motivate you and they want to see you win, this is where you want to be, around like-minded people who can take you to the next level. Our mission, especially for those who want to do more than income shifting, for those people who really want to build a business, I challenge you, because I want you in front of every household. I want you doing financial literacy workshops at the high schools. I want you to do financial literacy workshops on the college campuses. I want you to do financial literacy workshops in the churches, because we have to make a difference. We are the change that we are looking for. So of course, if you're going to be a business builder, I'm going to expect an awful lot out of you, because we got work to do. And I honestly believe that our role is to expand the kingdom, but you can't expand the kingdom broke. We can't feed the homeless. We can't clothe those who don't have no clothes. We can't help the vets. We can't put people who are homeless in homes or shelters, because we ain't got no money. So we can make a difference. It's about building wealth so that your blessing can bless somebody else. Now, to be a part of this company, now you can get the financial success membership, which is going to come with wealth building strategies. So in your back office, there are video tutorials that is going to teach you the tax laws, and as well as teach you different things like, do you understand what a P&L, profit and loss, is? Do you know what a balance sheet is? Do you know how to read it? Do you know what it means? Do you know the language of money? Do you know the language of investing? We're going to teach you that. I have a wealth of knowledge and education that I'm going to be giving my team. So you're going to get the wealth building strategies. You're going to get the income shifting in your paycheck. You're going to get the tax advantages. You're going to get the cash flow management software, the retirement software. You're going to get the credit repair education. You're going to get our e-commerce website, identity theft protection backed by $1 million policy, free and discounted legal services, discount travel, corporate perks, and you can get residuals, commissions, and bonuses. This company amazing. It used to cost $199 to get into this business, but our CEO loved us so much that he wanted to take away the excuses for getting your financial house in order. And he wanted to give you a whole lot of value, but make it where the decision to join was not even existent. You can get into this business for $34.95. Ain't no other business out there that you can get all this value for $34.95. It should be $500, $1,000. I'd have paid any of that for them tax shelters. And after 30 days, you can try us out. Try us out for 30 days. At the end of 30 days, your monthly operating expenses is $34.95. So that's going to make sure you have an active business. You got an active tax shelter for tax purposes. You're going to have that e-commerce website and the opportunity to earn business income if that's what you want to do. But it's $1.16 to own and operate your business. $1.16 a day. And I haven't found an opportunity this amazing in my life. And here's the thing. If you join today, We're going to teach you how to income shift that paycheck, and you're going to change your W-4, and you're going to be able to recoup your investment back in your next paycheck. How cool is that? There's no other opportunity on earth that can promise you you're going to get your money back in your first 30 days. Even when I joined Mary Kay, I had to buy a starter kit and some inventory, but I had to have some people to buy the stuff in order for me to get my money back. So the fact that I can income shift my job, it's brilliant. This business is brilliant. The easiest business on earth, and we're changing our community. So there are 3 types of people. Number 1 is the person who just want the wealth strategies. Selling and recruiting is just not your thing. Join us, $34.95. And then the second person, you want all the money on the table. You want it now. So you want that retail money. You want them bonuses. You want them commissions, and you want those residuals. Join us, $34.95. Or third, you're that person where this is not for you. Now, I don't know why you would say that, but you could say that. But what our owner always said is that if you gotta fight with somebody to want to keep their own money, leave them where they at. So this might not be for you. But if it ain't for you, I want you to support the person who invited you and go to their website and try one of our amazing products, our Sprayology line. We invite you to be a customer. So whichever you are, you a 1, you a 2, or you a 3, whoever invited you, look at them and say your number. And I hope everybody that's sitting in their house right now say 1, because I want you at the top. And I can't wait to see all y'all start y'all businesses. Do y'all know how powerful this is? You know how many lives that you can touch? You know how many people that are struggling right now financially and they just looking for some type of hope, and you can give it to them? Don't keep this to yourself. Tell everybody that you know, and you're going to be blessed, but they're going to be blessed as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unmute everybody's background. If you don't have anything to say, you can keep yourself, you can mute yourself back on. But if you have any questions, this is going to be the time to ask them. Because once I'm gone, I'm gone. So don't call my phone after this. I'm just saying. So here we go. All right. You all are unmuted. If you have any questions, ask them now. And if you ain't got no questions, that means you got it, you understand it, and you ready to join.
Angie.
Yes.
You hear me?
Absolutely.
Okay. This particular presentation that you just showed, was it only available tonight? If there's somebody else I want to show it to, would I be able to show them this, or do I have to wait for another webinar?
I believe I recorded this, so I'll just post the link, and then that way they can watch it.
Okay, thank you.
And if I didn't, then I'm gonna have to do it again, but I'll also give you all access to this presentation so that you can use this presentation on your own, on your laptops. You can print it out, get them little spiral things and just flip pages and share it with people as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
So hey Angie, it's Melinda. It's the Wind Down Team house party here at the Reed House. Everybody say what's up? So we had some people who came in towards the middle part, towards the end of your presentation. But I just want to just make sure that because we do have a captive audience here, to ask them if they have any questions about it. So
okay, for those people who have listened to the whole presentation, this is the end. You can get off the presentation, and I'll talk to y'all later. And so I'm going to stay on for those people who arrived a little bit later, to answer any questions that you may have, and maybe go over just quickly the high levels of this opportunity. So again, if you you are, go ahead.
So if you joined them, you'll have to heard the presentation. We thank you so much. And
Yeah.
please refer back to your associate who invited you to get more information. But we hope that your number is 1.
Absolutely. So thank you, Patricia, and thank you, Kendrick. I will call y'all later.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Good night,
Y'all
everybody.
could just end y'all. Yeah.
Bye, Patricia. Bye, Kendrick.
Bye. Okay.
Go back to the.
All right, I'm trying to find out how to log off. Just ignore me, everybody.
Oh, girl, just close your screen. You all right?
Just close. That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is it? Okay. Okay, I think we got him on. We get him on. Okay, babe.
Uh-oh, she ain't going.
Okay, Mom. Okay, Mom.
Okay. Melinda.
Yeah, I'm here. So.
Okay. Go ahead.
I have a question. So
Right.
from our individuals who came in late, and by the way, I'm Melinda. Any questions, concerns, any information, that you would like us to review and go over? Don't be afraid. This is the education and learning. Thank you.
So for today, it's $34.95.
Yeah.
That's just for today. If you do it tomorrow, it's $34.95.
The enrollment is $34.95 regardless of when you enroll.
So go ahead and get started. You gotta think about it.
That's a month. So what happens is that your enrollment fee is $34.95 into the organization, and it's $34.95 that you pay a month for your operating your business. So for your website, access to the credit repair, access to the discount, access to the travel mall, just like your business expenses. So you write those, you write it off daily. You write everything off at the end of the year.
But that's only if you're 1.
No,
if you're 1 or 2.
if you're 1 or 2.
Yeah. And this is why you want to make sure that you pay that $34.95. Every month, myEcon reports to the government, the state and the federal, who paid their memberships, because that shows you as an active distributor. If you stop paying your membership and you adjusted your W-4, return back to what you was doing before you got into the business. So you're going to need to adjust your W-4 back, because if you continue to get the money and if you ever audit it, the IRS will go to myEcon and ask, are you active and were you active for those months? So it is important that you pay that $34.95. And if you decide to cancel, because you can go in your back office, you can press a button and you can cancel, because there are no contracts. Just make sure that if you income shifted, you go back to what you originally was doing.
I just want to say that the reason I income shifted about 4 weeks ago, and my federal tax every 2 weeks was about $352.89. And after the income shift, my federal tax is $21.94, just going by the training and itemizing and taking those deductions off. And it's amazing. So we're using that extra $300 and putting that toward a mortgage, extra stuff. Uriah's going to high school. She got all these fees and all this stuff. So it's crazy. So it's a blessing to have that. And and it's crazy when you change your mindset, your philosophy about it, because Trump bragged about it. And I don't know if it's just me, but I was like, how dare him cheat the government? His taxes and all that stuff. But he legally did that. But we upset about it because we're conditioned to pay these taxes. That's the way, like you said, you look at the first page W-4, you never turn it over because you don't have a business.
Mm-hmm.
So you production. So now we have that, and I'm thankful that $300 I'm paying myself first, truly. So.
True, and I'll give my story. So when I income shifted, I ended up with an additional $420 in my paycheck. And so what I am doing is, because I have had my student loans since I graduated from college in 1995, and have deferred and put them in forbearance. And it's like, no more, ma'am. So 2018, I can no longer do any forbearance or any deferment on my student loans. I have to pay $100,000 back, right? So what I am doing is taking that money and compounding it, and I have like 4 credit cards that I'm paying off for that. Then I'm taking that money from what I was paying for those credit cards and doubling it onto my car note, onto the interest. My car note was targeted to be paid off in like February of 2018. So if I take that money with my car note, then I'm going to end up paying off my car by November. And then what'll happen is that I'll have 2G a month to put on to my student loan to give them every month that I really don't want to do, but I have to because I no longer can. So again, that's my income shifting story, and that's my strategy, and that's what I am doing with just the money I'm making in my paycheck. I'm not even talking about the money that I'm making from a residual standpoint, and even from the next level of building a team and selling the product. So that's
We was talking to Angela yesterday, and she was talking about how a lot of people just do the income shift. They don't even share it, because they get the income back to themselves, and then that $39. I mean, we goof that off every single day. Say we broke, we do $35 like that. So it's
Getting
amazing.
your hair and nails done at them Korean place. Mm-hmm.
I don't do the hair and nails at the Korean place, but yeah. But what I'm saying is that it pays for itself 8, 3, 4, 20 times more. And I just really, it's important for us to have financial empowerment. I know some of everybody's background, everybody I don't know. All I know is all of us pay federal taxes. If you're not with this, you're not getting those benefits that we should get.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys, I have somebody who, well, I have quite a few people on my team because I was actually the first person out here in Lake County. I'm I think 2 hours away. About 2 hours away from you guys. I'm out here by Great America. But I had a gentleman and he's income shifting an extra $600 a month. But what he chose to do with his money is, since his 401k at his job, they give him a dollar for dollar match. So he taking his $600 and redirecting it into his 401k, and then they giving him an extra $600. So that's $1,200 a month that he's saving in his 401k. I got people who have paid off their car notes. It's really powerful. Now for myself, I can't income shift because I'm a business owner and I don't work a job. But if you meet people who do have a business outside of their home, like I can write off the rent to my storefront and the utilities and things like that, but I cannot write off the mortgage or the rent to where I lay my head. I can't write off my utilities associated with my home because my business is outside of my home. So even somebody who have a home-based business can definitely take advantage of this opportunity so they can write their home off. So now I can write off my home and I can also write off the rent at my storefront. So it was a win-win. And most people who have a business, they need customers, and those customers come in and shop for them. Well, why wouldn't they want to tie their income to their customers' paycheck? So this is another option. So don't be afraid to talk to people who have businesses, because a lot of them struggling just like everybody else. And this is just a way for them to build another stream of income.
Yes, so as a number one, can I shop for myself on Walmart?
You sure can, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And buy me something too while you at it.
I'm one of those bootleggers who I increase my exemptions because I'm in education. So I don't get a pension. I'm not a 401k, I'm a 403b.
Yep.
Increase my exemption. I should do 3, but I claim 5, I think.
Girl, what we gonna do with you?
I still get refunds because I got kids. I got a house, so
Okay.
I still get a refund. But with income shift, still help me because I still pay taxes. I just don't pay as much, but because I still get a refund check. But I always thought of it as I don't need the government to hold my money for me and give me no refund. Don't, because they hold your money and give you a refund check. However, they're not paying you interest. But if I hold their money and then I have to pay them, I got to pay the interest.
And that is the reason why you want to have a home-based business attached to you.
And so what's going to happen is when you join, you're going to be able to just more. So you're actually going to be end up higher than 5. It could be 10. I don't know what your number is until we run the numbers for you. But let's say you went from 5 to 10. That could save you another $150 or $200. You never know. I don't know how much money you make, but you're going to get even more. But the beauty is at the end of the year, you get to write your life off. So not only just writing your interest from your mortgage and your real estate taxes, you get to write your utility bills. You get to put your car on there. You get to put your gas in there. And I'm telling you, that 53 cents a mile on your mile reimbursement, I know people who got like 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 miles in a year. Multiply that by 53 cents. It will change your life with your federal refund check. So you still gonna get a refund check. It's gonna be higher.
So do you get to write off if it's a loss in your business too? You get all of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because the only thing that you have to show is that you have an intent to be profitable. So profitable can be $1. There's no dollar amount to profitability. It's just that you're making an effort to build your business, and you making that effort because you handing out your business cards, and also you may share it with some people when they come into the business. That's your actively working your business.
So let me share this, Angela. So your profit is if you go on to your website and you order the Nubia Trim coffee, or you order the tea, or you order it, or the sprayology, you're going to get a commission off that. That is a profit of your business. So at the end of the year, you're going to get a list of what you profited, what your CV value was off of your commissionable sales. So your sales is considered to be your profit. So that's what you show. Even if no one else purchased anything from you. If you go, when you go onto your cashback mall and you go to Priceline.com and you buy your ticket because you're going to Vegas, boo boo. So what happens is that we get cash back on that. So I think we get, it's like either $5 or $10 off flights and like $10 off hotels. You'll get $30 cash back on packages. So I have booked all of my travel for the year through Priceline.com. So again, that is a commission of Travelocracy. Okay, so again, you book all your travel for that, and then say, Vicky, okay, I'm going to your website to book my travel, or whatever she booked, you get a cash back, you get a percentage of it. So that's your commission. That's your.
That's absolutely right. So basically what you're doing is you just transferring your purchase power. You're going through you first. So the same things that you've been doing, you don't have to necessarily change your spending habits. Just remember, let me look in my cashback mall. Let me see if that store is in my cashback mall first. If it is, go ahead and shop there. They're going to send it to me, and it's reporting that you have a sale. They don't care who bought it, whether it's you or it's somebody else. That doesn't matter. It just shows that you got an intent to make a profit. That's all it's about.
Okay, she got one more question.
Yes.
So the education part, because I'm already in school. I don't have no more time to be doing no reading and writing, no more reading. How much time do I have to put into this education component of it?
So let me answer that. So the thing is that when we say education, we're teaching you the wealth strategy. So you have a back office center where all the tools and documents are about that. You go in it at your leisure. We're not telling you do this week 1, do this week 2, do this week 3, or do this week 4. It is you following the strategy and you doing it at your own time and at your own leisure. You know, so we're not here to say, oh, do it in 30 days. It's up to you. But I promise you, once you start to see a difference, and once you start to learn, you're going to yearn for more, and you're going to take the time. Normally what I do is I'm usually in my bed on my tablet at night, looking in my back office, looking at stuff. That's my time. And again, they have videos, and you can look at them on your phone, on your tablet. So it's at your own pace.
And we also have trainings. Like I do quite a few different webinars. You know, I may do a webinar and it might be on budgeting. It might be a webinar about our wealth strategies. I'm going to be doing webinars about investing, you know, for people who are not on the stock in the stock market, you know, how to open up your accounts, how to read stocks, understanding the lingo so that you can start investing, you know, doing trainings on the different assets that you can invest in. So there's a lot of training, and most of the trainings we usually record it. So even if you miss the live, you will be able to go back and watch it at your own leisure. So it's really just at your pace. Now, once you start learning, you want to make sure that you pass this knowledge on to your children, especially if you got kids who are getting ready to go to college. Because the one thing I knew at college is that they had a whole bunch of tables asking you, did you want some credit cards? And you ain't had not one job. And what happens is people graduate from college with a whole bunch of credit card debt. So we have to educate our children to not fall for that, and also educating on those student loans, because you got to pay that stuff back. And just to say one thing about student loans, if you have a student loan payment and it's a little bit unmanageable because maybe your student loan payment is a car note, make sure that if you have an outside student loan, that you refinance your loan with the Department of Education and ask for a income-based driven loan. An income-based driven loan, you don't have to give them your paycheck. You send them your tax return, and they state your student loan payment based it on your adjusted gross income. So if you're making $60,000 a year, but you got $30,000 in business expenses because you in myEcon, your adjusted gross income is $30,000. So now your student loan payment is based on $30,000 instead of $60,000. Learn the game. Ignorance is expensive, and they don't want y'all in no businesses because they want to be able to make you pay all them interest and make you spend so much money that you end up getting in more credit card debt because you ain't got no money left in your paycheck. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? No, we welcome it. We welcome. Any other questions? Yeah.
Question. So in order to take advantage of the income shifting, do you have to be a number one, or can you be a number two and just take advantage of number one?
You could be a number one.
You could be a one or a two.
Or two. It don't matter.
Can you just, I know you talked about the income shifting. Can you just explain it a little more, like, what exactly is shifting? Sure. Angie, explain the income shift and go back to that slide and explain it a little bit more.
Let me see something else to see if I can pull this up. Can y'all see me?
We can see you well.
Okay. Wait a minute. You know what? I'm actually finna close this presentation for a minute. Wait a minute. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you see my computer screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm finna go to irs.gov. Okay. All right. Now, all the publications that you need is right here on irs.gov. But I'm going to pull up a W-4. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Melinda. You got some W-4s. Okay. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Okay. So hopefully y'all can see this. And I'm going to see if I can use my little point here. This is my little spotlight. Okay. Now, everybody is used to this traditional W-4. Now, at the top of the W-4, it says the purpose. And I want you to go right here. It says, consider completing a new form W-4 each year and when your personal or financial situation change. Now, for most people, they ain't changed their W-4 since they started their job. Okay, so every time your life changes, you get married, get divorced, have a kid, whatever happens, you should be adjusting your W-4. Also, your financial situation change. So what financial situation can happen? You start a business. So if we go through the W-4, most people, they know the first part, you know, the personal allowances. Let me take this down, son. Okay. Most people know about the personal allowances. Enter one for yourself. Enter one if you're married or you're single. Enter one if you got a spouse. You ain't got a spouse, it's 0. It's really self-explanatory. Enter the number of dependents. You got 2 kids, you're going to add 2 there. Enter one if you're a head of household. Now, just because you make more money in the house don't mean you head of household. Head of household means that you are responsible for more than 50% of the expenses in your house, and you have to have a dependent. So that could be a kid, that can be a mother, grandmother, it could be anybody. But if you don't have no dependents, you ain't head of household, okay? The same with if you pay more than $2,000 a year in child dependent care expenses, they give you an allowance for that. Child tax credit, if you make under $70,000 a year, or if you make between $100,000 and $119,000 a year, if you marry, you can get the child tax credit, okay? That's what most people used to. You put whatever your number is in H right here, and then you normally go down here and on line 5 where it says total number of allowances, that's what you're gonna put, okay? Now, what happened to my little spotlight? I don't know where my spotlight went. I don't know, but anyway, so I want you, I'm finna go back up for a minute. Right here, it says, if you plan to itemize or claim adjustments to your income and you want to reduce your withholdings, see the deductions and the worksheet on page 2. So let's say, for example, you went through the top part, you claimed yourself, you claimed your dependents, and let's say you came to a number of 4, okay? So you're gonna write that number 4 in line H. And now you're gonna go to page 2. Let me take my arrow off. Okay, all right. Now let's go to page 2. Now page 2, most of you don't see. And most HRs don't tell you about it because they ain't trained on it anyway, because they assume if you work in a job, you probably ain't got no business, okay? So under the deductions and adjustment worksheet, number 1, it says enter an estimate of your 2017 itemized deductions. So if you filed taxes this past year, you can go to your tax return and you can fill that number in if you have a house. Okay, so you're going to put that in number 1. Then number 2, they're going to give you some allowances. You got to subtract from there. But the line that you want to pay attention to is line 4. Line 4 tells you to enter an estimate of your 2017 adjustments to income and any additional standard deductions. What is that? Those your business deductions. So your cell phone, your car note, the gas you put in your car, if you went on whatever you eating outside of groceries, whatever you do your whole life is going to be on line 4. So let's say you add all that up, and let's say it comes to 20,000. Okay, you're gonna put 20,000 on line 4. Then you're gonna go down to line 7, and I'm sorry, line 8, and it's going to tell you to divide that number by 4,050, because 4,050 is 1 allowance. That's the number for 1 allowance. Okay, so you had $20,000 in line 4. You're gonna divide that by 4,050. And that's going to give you a number of what? 5. Okay, so that's the additional amount of allowances that you can add to the first page. So if the first page you have 4, And now that you have filled out the second page, the worksheet, you got additional 5. So when you put in your total number of allowances, 9. You went from 4 to 9. This is how you do it legally. And you can only fill out page 2 when you have a home-based business. So that's how you do it. That's what we call income shifting. Now, if you quit your business, if you decide to cancel your membership, you're going to go back and you're going to take them 5 out and you're going to go back to your phone. That's it. This is brilliant. Everybody in America should do this. I don't know why they don't know more than they haven't been taught it. So I do like that this business teach you the tax laws. And another thing, when you at the IRS, let me see. I'm at the IRS and I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. Let's see. I'm going to do a search for small business deduction. Okay. They got a number of guides here. So we're going to go publication 535. Whew. They got a whole lot of stuff up in here. You know what? Let me put in, instead of small business, let me see if I can find it. Maybe I'll do it that way. Okay. Okay, including daycare providers. This is like a list of all your, they don't really have it in a user-friendly way. They got each thing in here. I was looking for a publication. Let me see.
Go to the one in our back office.
Which one?
The one in our back office.
Yeah, let me log in, because this is not in a friendly way. But there's a publication. Let me go into my back office. Y'all don't be taking the stuff from my back office.
So she's going into, so Angela's going into her website, into her back office. So this is what our website looks like. So, and this is what you get as part of your monthly operating fee, your monthly $34.95.
And this is what's a part of your membership. You see the Smart Money Kit. You see the cash flow manager software there, your identity theft, where you go to call your attorney. If you need tax advice, we do have that set up. Your mall, your travel, everything is right there. And just to click on the Smart Money Kit real quick, which is your credit repair.
Yep.
Okay. And here's what I'm saying by they take you step by step through your credit, how to get your credit report and things like that. And so each module that you go through, there is a video. There's a training video that you go through. Here's the links of where you're going to go to pull your credit report. Okay. They got a credit report brochure. There's monitoring services. There's just different modules. So you're going to go through 10 different modules, but I love it. How to dispute online versus certified mail when you want to dispute the things that are on your credit report. And so it's pretty awesome. And they give you the letters that you're going to use to actually dispute it. So it's pretty cool. So that was just a credit repair. Now I want to go and I want to see if I can find that publication that I'm looking for.
Go to documents.
Well, thank you, Melinda. So when you go under documents, I'm gonna go under training manual, or would it be under training? Let me see. Here we go. Common tax deductions information packet. I think that might be it. But we even train you on how to do the Schedule C's and everything if you were doing your own taxes and stuff like that. Okay. And here's just some common tax deductions. There are actually 475 different small business, home-based business tax deductions. But the one thing you will see from the IRS is they say that federal tax refunds to individuals totaled over $215 billion, which means that they are overtaxing you. Okay, 101 million people got tax refunds. That's 80% of the people. And the average refund was over $2,000. So you're overpaying. And they're going to tell you, you might be using the extra withholding as forced saving methods. Uncle Sam doesn't pay interest on refunds. Putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debts might be a better option. So they're already telling you you should income shift. So the reason why you're not doing it, I have no idea. Okay. Some of the things you see here, your car and truck expenses. You can also write off interest. So if you have a credit card and you're using that credit card mainly for business, you can write off the interest from that monthly credit card payment that you are paying. Your communications, your meals, expenses. This document is coming from the IRS. This isn't our document. So this comes from the IRS. So everything that we're teaching you is already available and is public knowledge. You just need to read. You just need to read and get you a home-based business so that you can get everything. Let's talk about entertainment, because a lot of people sleep on the entertainment piece. Okay. Right here, they talk about some of the things that you can write off for entertainment. For example, if you take some business partners to a nightclub, tax deductible. If you take them to a Bulls game or a Cubs game, any type of sporting event, if you take them to live theater, you take them to go see a Tyler Perry play, tax deductible. If you go on a yacht, if you go fishing, if you play golf, you go on vacation, it's right here. It's telling you examples of entertainment, you guys. It also says entertainment may include meeting personal, living, or family needs of individuals, such as paying for meals, hotel suites, and cars for family members. They're telling you right now, if you have an event, like right now, they're hosting an event in their house. So any food that they purchase, any wine that you drinking, y'all get to write that off as a business expense. So it's right here. It's telling you. So if anybody tell you that this is a scam, send them to the IRS, tell them to download the publication, and then call the IRS and tell the IRS they scamming them, because that's the only thing that's happening. But this is real. Your travel expenses. They telling you travel expenses. What can you deduct? Your taxi, your bus, your airport, your limousine, your Uber, your baggage claim. Y'all know how you got to pay $50 for your baggage? How many of y'all keeping that little baggage receipt? Keep it. Any car, any rental car, your hotel. If you do any dry cleaning while you're on vacation, you can write that off. Now, if you're having a business presentation, or maybe you're coming to our convention in June, and our convention in June is in Atlanta, and we're going to be having a dinner award ceremony, and we're going to have to wear after 5 dresses. So when you go to the store and you buy your after 5 dress, guess what that is? Tax deductible, because you buying that dress just for your conference. You know you ain't gonna wear it no more, but it's tax deductible. Now, if you go and you get your hair and nails done specifically for business, for a special occasion, or maybe y'all doing photo shoots with your team, you get to write that off. So basically, they tell you everything. It's right here. And this is the government's own documentation. You can also hire your children as employees. You can write off $6,000 of their pay, and they don't even have to report that $6,000 to the government. So it's awesome. It's right here. Children employed by parents, as long as that child is under the age of 18, they are not subject to Social Security, Medicare taxes. They don't pay nothing on that money. And you don't have to, and you get to write that $6,000 off as a business expense. So it's right here. Okay. So I don't know about y'all, but I don't know why you taking advantage of everything. And this is publication 15 on irs.gov. It's called publication 15. So we basically showed you why this is legal, and it's legal because the IRS told you that it is legal. Now, what I quickly want to do before we end, when you come into this business, we are going to add you to our group. And again, we are the Lifestyle Changers team, and we're also a part of the Get Money team, which is under Cedric. Why Facebook want to be so slow? MT. Let's pull this up. Come on, GMT. Facebook want to take all day. Okay. So as you can see, it's about 1,700 of us who is in this organization. And what's so amazing is that my team is popping. The Chicago team is popping, and we're bringing everybody into this business. We are actually the fastest growing team under GMT. And so when you come in this business, we are going to ask for your photos because we want to give you a shout out. This is somebody who is a part of our organization. She just recruited 2 people. They holding up their money because they trying to save on their taxes, but they just joined today. We got Kimberly Powell, who is actually out of New Jersey. And when I say she recruiting like a crazy woman, she got everybody in New Jersey. Look at her. She bringing them in all over the place, you know. So we have a lot of people that is in the business. Come on, shut this down right now.
Right.
You know, so like I said, once you come in, you're going to be able to see all the people that's coming in all over the country. So of course, when y'all come in, we're going to give you a shout out. We post a lot of training. We post a lot of marketing tools. We post a lot of support. So when I say you are a part of a family, you are part of a family. And I've never been in a company where pretty much everybody looked just like me. And it just feels so good that everybody changing their lives. And we're changing it one family at a time. So if there isn't any more questions, I'm gonna let y'all go. Any questions?
No questions.
All right, y'all. So I can't wait to see Melinda shout y'all out, all the people that's coming on in. I'll probably do this webinar again tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So if you come in this business, you're gonna invite everybody that you know here tomorrow at 8 o'clock, and I'm gonna do this presentation again so that I can help you build your team and build you a check. So we in this together. So you all have an amazing evening, and I'll see y'all soon.
Everybody say bye. See you later.
Bye-bye. All right.